Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. For the last few weeks, there's been ongoing unrest across the country sparked by the death of African-American George Floyd by accused white Minnesota police officer Derek Chauvin. There have been protests nationwide regarding abuses by police and in support of racial minorities. There have been a number of protests in the area, including here in Attleboro. The Murray Unitarian Universalist Church held a march and peaceful protest on Friday. DoubleACS was there to speak with some of the protesters.
My name is Reverend Gretchen Weiss. I'm the minister here at Murray Unitarian Universalist Church here in Attleboro. Our church has been dedicated to the work of anti-racism and dismantling white systems of oppression. We hung our Black Lives Matter banner more than 18 months ago. We have continued to do work groups and community outreach, and so the horrors for all of us of the past few weeks just makes this work all that much more paramount. We are hopeful, we pray that America is paying attention, and now we are finally ready for the work of meaningful change, because racism must end. Systemic racism must come to an end. We will be ringing our bell starting at 6 o'clock, our church bell, once a minute for 9 minutes in memory of the chokehold that murdered George Floyd in Minneapolis. And then we have another banner the same size as this one that I believe people will march to the town center on the sidewalk. And we hope to spread our church's message and demonstrators out over this mile. This is the most important work of our lifetimes. If we're going to see meaningful change, it's going to take every single person. It's going to take everyone examining the systems that are in place and being willing to make tremendous changes. It's going to mean, for some of us, being extremely uncomfortable, and to be in that sacred discomfort, to be able to be motivated to change and transition this nation. This has gone on long enough. You can't help but wonder how many more young, unarmed black men and boys do we need to see that gut-wrenching reality that should never happen. And it's up to all of us. Every single one of us has a part in this. And we've got to work together to make legislative change, but we have to make personal changes. We have to take a look at, for those of us who identify as white, we have to take a look at where we have privilege, and we have to use our voices of privilege to speak up for people who are not heard. And we need to take our lead from people of color and stand as allies, and also strong vocal advocates. Enough is enough. We welcome all people in Attleboro to engage in this conversation. I hope you do. Our banner says, Black Lives Matter, join the conversation. This is the most important conversation of our lives. It means that Black Lives matter as much as and are as precious as white lives. It means that none of our lives are valued unless all of our lives are valued. Our faith is based on the belief that in the inherent worth and dignity of all people.
It's a very difficult time for us. As much as this is a jubilant occasion, my husband and I come here feeling a range of emotions, from anger and upset to despair. And this is one way to be hopeful. My husband and I encouraged the church to put up a Black Lives Matter banner, and our church came around us to support us in a way that was powerful, because not only did they just say yes, but they did the work. We met, we had meetings, we brought in speakers, we really looked at it deeply, and we got almost a unanimous agreement to raise the banner. So that was our first attempt 18 months ago. So we've already been in this fight, working together. We're one of only a handful of black people who attend this church, but we attend it because this church believes in practice and action. All the way up from the leadership and our minister and the board of this church, all the way down to the kids. This is a group of people that lives our values and have always wanted to support us, but understand that its support is more than just words.